Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into an super dynamic topic, phishing simulators. These tools are seriously game-changing for organizations aiming to boost their
Absolutely.
security.
Right, we're talking about simulating different phishing scenarios, right? Email, vishing, smishing, you name it.
Exactly. Think about it. Phishing isn't just that old-school email scam anymore. Attackers are now using SMS texts, voice calls, even fake MFA prompts and QR codes. It's like they're turning every communication channel into a
Yeah,
potential
right.
trap.
So the idea is that these simulators recreate those real-world scenarios, letting employees test their responses in a safe space.
Spot on. With a realistic simulation, employees learn to spot red flags, such as suspicious sender details, urgent requests, or even, strange QR codes in unexpected places. This controlled setting means there's no real risk involved.
Yeah, and the beauty is that these simulators, like the email phishing simulator, offer customizable templates that mirror the top phishing websites attackers
Absolutely.
use. They really tailor the experience to match real threats.
Right. And if you think just about email phishing, it remains, well, the most common method. But then there's vishing, where attackers impersonate IT support or banks over the phone. With a vishing simulator, companies can stress test how their team handles phone scams.
That sounds essential. I mean, phone scams can get tricky, especially when people trust that familiar voice. But do you think these tools are effective enough across the board?
Good point. Some critics say that phone-based simulations, like vishing, might not perfectly simulate the emotional pressure of a real scam.
Yeah, fair critique.
But the simulator's key strength is still in providing a baseline. It trains employees to question and verify rather than automatically trust a call.
And then there's smishing, right? Text messages that mimic, say, fake package delivery notifications. I guess these are especially relevant given how often we all check our texts.
Exactly. With a smishing simulator, employees learn to pay close attention to unsolicited texts and avoid clicking on malicious links. It's like teaching someone not to grab candy from a stranger.
I love that analogy. And what about MFA phishing simulators? I found that part really intriguing. Even with multiple layers of security, there's still room for trickery.
Absolutely. MFA, multi-factor authentication, is a great security layer, but attackers try to bypass it with fake approval prompts. An MFA phishing simulator trains employees to verify every prompt, reducing complacency. It's like, a constant reminder to always double-check, you know?
So, essentially, the simulators guide employees through a series of tests: email, voice, SMS, MFA, and even QR code phishing, sometimes called quishing, and callback phishing simulations as well.
Correct. Each simulator has unique features. For instance, the callback phishing simulator tests how employees respond when they're asked to call back a suspicious number. It's all about training them to be skeptical of any unexpected contact, no matter the medium.
That makes a lot of sense. But what really sets these simulators apart, in your view, is it just the variety of attack vectors?
Oh, it's definitely more than variety. It's about in-depth behavior analysis. These tools track everything: who clicked, who ignored suspicious messages, so that organizations can see trends and pinpoint exactly where additional training is needed.
Right, really detailed insights. That level of tracking sounds super useful, though some might worry about privacy concerns with monitoring employee behavior.
Yeah, that's a valid consideration. The data's typically anonymized and used to improve training rather than to single out employees. It's all about fostering a proactive security culture, not punishing mistakes.
Definitely important. Speaking of culture, the piece really emphasizes how these simulations, when repeated and rotated, build a habit of vigilance, not just during training sessions, but throughout the organization.
Right, it's like a recurring drill that keeps the cyber threat top of mind. When done well, It turns lessons from simulated failures into muscle memory for the real deal. And the key is to follow up every simulation with a robust debrief and educational session.
That debriefing part is essential. It's not enough to just run the simulations. You've got to give employees the feedback to actually learn from their mistakes.
Exactly. And there's a strategic angle here too. Integrating these simulations into routine training instead of one-off exercises. Quarterly or monthly drills can really boost overall security readiness.
That consistency is critical. Plus, with mobile-friendly options like phishing simulators for Android, every employee gets a chance to train, no matter where they are. It really scales well across different types of organizations.
Yep, scalability is a huge benefit. And with detailed tracking, companies can see incoming trends, which teams are more vulnerable, and which tactics are working best.
So, overall, these simulators not only strengthen technical defenses, but also cultivate a culture of continuous security awareness.
Right? By making simulation exercises part of everyday work, organizations can reduce the real-world success rate of phishing attacks and, in turn, lower the risk of major breaches that result from human error.
Definitely a worthwhile investment. It sounds like these tools are essential for, any organization that wants to be proactive about cybersecurity.
Absolutely. The whole strategy is about being one step ahead of the attackers. By simulating a range of phishing tactics, be it email, smishing, vishing, MFA, quishing, or even callback voice phishing, companies can equip their employees with the skills to quickly identify and neutralize threats.
Right on. That forward-thinking approach is key. One thing I'm curious about, what do you think is the biggest challenge in implementing these simulations effectively?
Good question. I'd say achieving a balance between realism and not overwhelming the employee is crucial. If the simulations are too easy, they offer little learning opportunity. But if they're too advanced, they might actually stress employees out. It's a delicate balance.
Yeah, that balance is tricky for sure. And it goes back to tailoring the experience, using customizable templates and real-time tracking, so trainers can adjust based on performance data.
Exactly. That's why reviewing trend data post-simulation is so important. It helps in fine-tuning the difficulty and frequency of the training.
Data-driven adaptation is definitely the way forward. So, to wrap things up, these phishing simulators are not just about testing employee vulnerability. They're also a tool for educating, building secure habits, and creating a more resilient organizational culture.
Correct. It's a comprehensive approach that addresses the multifaceted nature of today's phishing threats. With every simulation, organizations take a proactive step in reducing risk and ultimately protecting themselves thoroughly.
Yeah, a robust defense through continuous learning. Well, this has been an enlightening discussion. It's clear that in today's landscape, integrating these simulators is almost a necessity for keeping cybersecurity tight.
Absolutely. Being proactive beats being reactive any day. Thanks for the great chat. Stay safe and keep training smart.